I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling.
Lord have mercy, do we got a crazy one for you guys today. That was the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, and that was him addressing the media after the bombshell that they dropped on the NBA yesterday. This scandal has players involved, current players involved, retired players involved, current coaches involved, and Hall of Fame players involved. It even has the mob involved. Multiple different mob families are involved in this. But let me not spoil it. Let me let the FBI finish talking to you guys. Roll the clip.
They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public. In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country. These operatives included capos and multiple soldiers from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families, bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. That work uncovered a deliberate, technologically sophisticated operation designed to carry out their crimes. They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures. Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when people refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence.
So you hear that, and this is some crazy stuff. They were threatening and harming people who weren't paying up the millions of dollars that they were just cheated out of. I'm sure these people didn't know they were being cheated at the time, but are you really going to tell the mob, no, I'm not going to give you your money? This is insane stuff. But I've done some sports betting in the past, and I've always thought, how are they determining what these over-unders are? And it's so easy for a player to manipulate these over-unders, because all the player has to say is, I'm going to have a bad shooting night tonight, and then tell whoever's close to him to bet the under. And it seems as though that's what Terry Rozier was doing. And I'm almost positive there are going to be some more arrests across the NBA. I know Malik Beasley was investigated last year or the year before. I don't really remember. And I know he was cleared, but who knows if more charges will be brought up or there'll be other people. I'm almost positive there will be. I'm sure there wasn't just 3 people that were involved in this in the NBA. But if you guys don't believe me, check out this clip of Terry Rozier doing some very suspicious acts while playing in a game. And it just doesn't seem right. And it is almost unbelievable that nobody noticed this when it was happening. Roll the clip.
Meter, and the meter's still running, Richard. Still going. Oh, Rozier turned it over again. Having a tough night. And Rozier off the DHO. And he turned it over. Turn it up. But you don't want to play with your team, especially against the Miami Heat. I tell you, hey, you don't like playing in Miami? Yeah. Better do it. Lock down to 3. They got to get busy. Rozier with a 9-1-1 comes up short. On Merrill. Rozier, a contested 3 is short. The ultimate teammates and sacrifice so much. Rozier on the show and go. That all year. Empty corner 2-man game. Rozier with a 3. Anderson with a rebound. Rozier relocates for another try. Boy, that was awfully short.
Like I said, it's so easy for these players to manipulate these numbers. And now that you know what he's accused of, it's so much clearer and it's so obvious that he was throwing these games. And what boggles my mind is that he actually had the winnings from him throwing these games, tens of thousands of dollars, delivered to his house and would count the money at his house. He had no care in the world. He had no worry that he was going to get caught. He thought he was untouchable. And the FBI had been watching him for 2 years, and it's all caught up to him. Now, I really don't understand why they're even doing this, because these are current NBA players, current head coaches, current assistant coaches, Hall of Famers, NBA champions, making millions of dollars a year. And they're doing illegal stuff just to make a couple tens of thousands of dollars. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand it, but to each their own, I guess. Now, Stephen A. Smith had something to say, and I don't really understand what he's saying, but it was about Trump. I'll let him say it, and then you guys let me know what you think he was trying to say in this. Let's roll it.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Mm-hmm. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody that has been around him, anybody that has talked to him, anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI. Tell me when we've seen that. We've seen people, we've seen accusations before. We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better, I'm just telling you, it's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get into it. But I've been saying he's coming. He's coming because in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing. And so this in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouths. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's better brace themselves because he's coming.
Yeah, so you see that, and I don't think anyone really knows what he's talking about. He's saying Trump is attacking the NFL, NBA, and the WNBA is next, and he's not giving any actual examples or any clear motivation on why Trump would even do this. I'm confused at it. I have no idea what he's talking about, and I don't know if anybody even on that panel knows what he's talking about. But Kash Patel was actually asked about what Stephen A said, and this is what Kash Patel responded to him. Let's roll it.
By the way, this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
He said that might be the dumbest thing he's heard in modern history. And I don't know how Kash Patel just destroyed Stephen A's 3-minute segment in 15 seconds. Just killed him. But I agree with Kash. I don't understand what Stephen A is talking about. Maybe he'll come out and talk a little bit more about it, but that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Do you think this has been going on for a lot longer than is being let on? And do you think there's a lot more players involved and a lot more people involved? Or do you think this is just a one-off and just a couple players got caught up and that'll be the end of it? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you on the next one.